early on a Saturday. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week in the mornings to chat about what's going on in the world of weather. And coming up today, not only are we chatting about weather, but we are going to introduce you to our newest anchor, Christina Watkins. And she is not just somebody that, comes to WESH because it's a television station. She, like so few of us, is from Central Florida. So I'm terribly excited for you to get to meet her. We'll chat and learn a little bit more about her and what brings her here and the path to get here and all that fun stuff. But in the meantime, we need to chat about weather. It is the weekend after all, and the top two things at least in my humble opinion. I'm like, oh, the video capture device microphone isn't working, so we'll have to fix that. Hold on. If I do this. Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay. Just had to make a quick tweak. Okay. All right, there we are. So, the top two things, technical difficulties aside. We're talking about your weekend forecast. It's looking great, and we are also going to be talking about warming temperatures for Central Florida. Our 7-day forecast has a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but a whole lot of good. I can promise you that. All right, that said, let's take you outside live, see what's doing on our Tower Cam network. We're looking there over Disney. That's Epcot. It's going to be great. You can see the casting center. We're moving the camera around a little bit. Not too bad. Let's look elsewhere, see what's doing. Downtown Orlando. Let's see how things are looking there. Beautiful blue skies. It's gorgeous. We're heading over toward Altamont Springs. Looking good. Downtown Orlando, another vantage point. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Over to Brevard County. That Sun Maron. It's so nice. Melbourne. A couple of airplanes over there at the airport and the Kennedy Space Center looking great. No launches today or this weekend. But as early as Sunday of next weekend, so 8 days away, we may have a crewed launch, though I think that given an Artemis test, we may push it off just a little bit. At any rate, it's gorgeous out the door this morning, but I do want to point out it is a little cool outside. Take a look. We're at 58 degrees in Orlando. We are sitting at 57 degrees in Leesburg, 51 in the Villages, 45 degrees in Ocala, 52 degrees in New Smyrna Beach. So it looks great. It's going to be a great day. Let's talk about that forecast, okay? Temperatures today are going to climb. It has been a little bit cooler this morning than yesterday morning, but into the afternoon we rebound wonderfully by lunchtime. We're in the upper range of the 60s. We'll make it to about 72 degrees by 1 o'clock and about 79 degrees before all is said and done. So, I mean, it really is a beautiful forecast for any outdoor plans that you may have. Come sit. We have a guest. So now that we're doing a little bit of the weather, and then what we can do is we can stop talking about the weather, talk a little bit about our special guest, and then from there we can, continue to discuss the weather, okay? All right, so this is...
Where am I looking?
You're going to be... These are the comments. All right, so this is our newest anchor. This is Christina Watkins.
Hi.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm wonderful.
Let's turn it over more toward you so that it looks good.
Hey.
Tell everybody a little about yourself.
Hey, everybody. I'm Christina. This is so cool.
Who is Christina?
Christina is from Central Florida. I am so happy to be home.
Yeah.
Seriously, I am thrilled. I just got back here, born and raised in Oviedo.
Yep.
You have any people in Oviedo watching us this morning on Coffee Talk? Shout out to you.
Listen, there's many people from many locations,
yes.
right? But have you been to the Oviedo Farmers Market?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So there's a tent, and Bruce, you know who I'm talking about. So there's a tent, and it's a I don't know exactly what they call themselves, but the gist of it is it's old guys giving advice. It may not be good advice, but it's free advice.
Hello.
So the next time you're at the farmer's market, they watch every morning.
All right.
Okay?
I'll ask for Bruce, huh?
You should.
Ask for Bruce.
Yeah.
I got it.
He's the one that looks like Santa. Seriously, Santa
And I
Bruce.
love Christmas, let me tell y'all.
Oh, do you?
365 days. Fun fact, I was actually listening to Christmas music the other day. Good morning, everybody. Thanks, y'all, for the welcome. I was listening to Anita Baker's Christmas album the other day.
Yeah.
Ooh, go Lake. How?
Stephanie went to school with me, though. Stephanie went to school with me.
Lions all day. But I was telling you, my best friend went to Lake Howell.
Yeah.
And, Seminole County runs tight. So.
That's right. Actually, it's so funny, though, to think that you and I are from Central Florida because there's very few of us that have done that. So, all right. So how did you end up on our doorstep as we adopted you in? How did your career work through?
So I graduated from Oviedo in 2008. After I graduated, I went up to Missouri.
Ooh.
Graduated. No. Let me backtrack. It's early. Graduated from high school in 08.
I should have made you some coffee this morning.
I need some coffee for coffee talk.
Poor taste.
I went down. We'll try it again tomorrow. Went down to Miami.
Okay.
That's where I was going.
Yeah.
At Florida International University, then went to the Midwest in Missouri, was there for about a year and a half, went to Charlotte for 3 years.
Okay.
I spent the last 4 years in New Orleans at our sister station at WDSU, and that city became my second home.
I love it.
Man, New Orleans is the greatest place in the world, but it was time for me to come back home because as you can tell, I've been away for so long, and it was time for me to get closer to my family, my friends. Mom, dad, cousins, aunties, everybody is
everybody
Central
here?
Florida.
Oh my God, I love that.
Everybody is here.
I love that.
And they are just as thrilled as I am to be back. It's been a dream, truly a dream. True story. Let me give you a little background. So my late sister was a kid anchor on WESH. As a kid, I don't know if y'all remember Goodings, the grocery store that used to be around.
Oh, yeah.
So there was Goodings Good News from Kids, and my sister was that anchor.
I love that.
And then that same year, it was like 97, 98, I was pretending to be her. And there was a video of me saying, reporting for WESH.
Oh my gosh.
At my grandmother's house.
Oh my gosh.
Like as a kid. And, not realizing that was what I wanted to do at the time, but just admiring my sister. The steps just kind of got ordered, and it is a full circle moment for me to be back at the place where I not only grew up watching, I interned here in sports. And they put me on the sportscast because I won a contest in like 2013.
Oh my God, that's
funny. To go
funny.
cover All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
And the old sports director
put me on. Oh my God, I didn't know that.
It's crazy. Hey, Oviedo grad. Yes. So it's just, it's truly a blessing. And I'm so happy to be here, wake up with everybody, and I'm getting messages from friends and my parents' friends who watched me grow up as a little girl from the church and through now, and it's just, I'm just happy to be back.
It's so funny. In television, let's just call it what it is, right? Television is a transient business. But when you get to your hometown, and I have felt this since the moment that I got back to WESH, that it's so special. Like for me, my teachers will reach out to me people that have helped me get to where I am. They'll reach out, or childhood friends, and there's something special about being in your community, especially if you like it, right?
Yeah.
Like if your family's here and this is where you really want to be, where your heart is, right? It's not just a stepping stone on a career. You care that much more about it,
It's the ultimate homecoming, and I always say I'm bringing the spice from New Orleans now back here to Central Florida, and Central Florida's changed so much.
You've been
in the
away
most
a while.
Amazing way. I get to experience it in a completely different capacity with my boyfriend, with my 2 dogs, and things that I didn't get to do obviously as a kid because I was too young. I now get to see as an adult, totally different perspective.
Right.
And it is just remarkable. You talked about teachers.
Yes.
So my second grade teacher, Miss June Bass from Stenstrom Elementary.
Stenstrom, just up the road.
Douglas Stenstrom Elementary. She broke me out of stuttering. I used to stutter.
Really?
I used to have a really bad stutter as a kid. And she was the teacher who didn't take I talk too much. And she disciplined me for it. I made it to the red light. I know, I got moved up to the red light. But she realized that it was just me trying to figure out how to get my words out. That's why I was talking so much. And she was patient enough. So shout out to all the educators and teachers because y'all have a gift.
Listen,
I couldn't do it.
My wife teaches second grade at Rainbow.
Yes.
So you know where that is.
Yes.
You know? So it's obviously I have a soft spot for teachers.
Yeah.
At least one. But it's so true. I went to Redbug, so just up the road.
Right around the corner.
My God, we grew up like. Well, we have your parents online. I'm just kidding.
I know.
Wouldn't that be so cool?
My mom is probably watching. She always every newscast.
If not, we need to get Mom to join us for Coffee Talk. Because another thing is you're going to be involved in Coffee Talk on the weekends if you will allow. We can talk about weather and all that, but there's life to talk about too, and especially when there's not hurricanes, we can get away with it. Do you have any questions for our newest member of the West 2 News team? I have to ask you, out of everything that has changed in Central Florida, because for me, I left in 06 to get my first on-air job, and when I came back here in like 2011, 2012, I don't remember this is where we're at. I don't remember. Is it 2011 or 2012? I feel like Orlando grew up, right? So I'm sure you've got to feel the same thing. What is the one thing that when you got back, you're like, oh, wow, this is different?
Yeah, honestly, all of it.
Really?
Truthfully. I mean, even from where I grew up. So I grew up in Alafaya Woods.
Oh, my God, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then we moved from Alafaya Woods when I was in 5th grade to Tusker Ridge, right next to the YMCA off of Redbug. Right, you know exactly where I'm talking about.
I used to live in Brooks Landing, which is like a quarter mile from it. My God.
I'm sure we crossed paths. No, my old neighbor was his guidance counselor. That's how close Eric and I have been, and we just didn't even know it.
Yeah.
So it goes way back. But now my parents live in Citrus County. They're in Beverly Hills, Florida.
Oh, yeah, of course.
True City.
Yeah.
My dad grew up in Citrus County, Crystal River, Inverness, and then my mother grew up in Sarasota. So we're true Floridians through and through. But everything to me looks different, yet still so familiar. And that's the beauty of it. It's progressing with the times.
It is.
It's doing what I think a city should be doing, a town should be doing. You move forward, you find ways to get better, you find ways to improve, yet you keep the beauty of the original thing that everybody fell in love with. And it's just so happy to see.
Yesterday we took, the wife and I ran down it was our anniversary yesterday.
Happy belated anniversary.
Thank you.
How many years?
5 years married, but it's also our eldest son's 4th birthday because he showed up on our first anniversary. So we ran down to Disney Springs real quick for lunch, and we used those new express lanes.
Love Disney Springs.
Holy cannoli, the express lanes. It's like, this is the I-4 that I didn't know it could have existed. So let's see here. A couple of, first off, Kevin Johnson, who I passed along a compliment. That's okay, so he asked if you had worked with Akili.
Hi, Kevin. Yes, I did. Akili hired me in New Orleans. Akili Franklin is thebomb.com. She's now in Greenville, South Carolina. She was the news director who I told you earlier showed me how far I could expand my wings, and really is a lot of the reason I made it back home. Just showing me the importance of being in your community. She helped me realize that in New Orleans as well, because when you go to New Orleans, everybody knows it, of course, for the food, bourbon, the music, the fun, but there's so much culture, so much community there, and those people care about news.
Big deal.
And so to be able to take that and bring it here to all of you in my community, yes, it's amazing. So Kevin, Akili hired me.
And
girl.
We're talking about Akili. I have to also point out to anybody that doesn't know, Kevin knows, Akili Franklin, who was the news director that hired you. She was my first producer I ever did weather for. And 16 years ago at WPBF in West Palm, and we were, off the air, you and I were talking about how our little company, it's not that little, but how our company, Hearst Television, is such this little company that we all kind of move around. Like, you just came from New Orleans here, I came from West Palm here. Kevin Johnson, you guys and gals know him as Trail Mix. He was hiking the Appalachian Trail, and we did a live interview with him from one of his camping sites. He moved from Milwaukee here, so it's kind of it's neat how this company does promote from within, and so it's pretty great. So.
I love it. I love seeing everybody here. While you guys are here, if you're searching for my Facebook page, I love keeping up with you on social media. So I'm going to have to fight Facebook because they have yet to change my
yeah,
Facebook
it still
name.
says you're WDSU.
I know, and I put in a request. I just started 2 weeks ago. I've been filling in weekdays on the evening shows, and I've been trying to change the name.
Yeah.
And it won't let me, and so my New Orleans followers are like, "That's because we ain't letting you go."
Hey, hate to break it to you, we've already taken her.
I know.
You know.
So it says Christina Watkins WDSU, but hopefully it'll change to Christina Watkins Wesh.
There's no hope. It's going to do that. We have to make that happen.
Yeah.
Jeannie says, "I'm heading to New Orleans next week, one of my favorite cities in all the world."
Absolutely.
There is something special about New Orleans, you know. And you know, we were just talking. The first time that you and I got a chance to meet, we took a picture and sent it to my dear friend Margaret Orr, who's the chief meteorologist there, and a goddess among women on Earth. And then that day, it was like a tornado hits, and you know, it's just one of those things where the people have had to be so resilient there. Because you go to Katrina and then Rita, and it's just like you go down this list of hurricanes and tropical systems.
Ida last year.
And by the way, you've not seen this. I mean, you know, you're new to WESH, but I issue a hurricane forecast every year. Okay, let me dial this up while. So this year's forecast, okay.
Lord.
This is the hotspot. So the way that we work it, the way. Yeah, I hit the wrong button. I was just pointing out. Yeah, so here was the 2020 hotspots.
I think we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay.
I switched it up. I'll tell you what I did. I usually use a lavalier microphone, little deal, but because you're here, I want to make sure they can hear you. Okay. So I didn't have that set up. Listen, I'm not. I used to direct when I was in college. I directed. I'm not perfect. Okay.
It's early.
But what I was trying to show you is that New Orleans is going to get a quieter season. Margaret Orr can be able to relax, do her pottery and her painting, and you get to deal with hurricanes.
And her gardening. You know, let me tell you, the people of New Orleans and Southeast Louisiana, and many of you in Florida when New Orleans was hit, we were getting help from you all in Central Florida. Just a lot of neighbors helping neighbors. That's something we see a lot. And while we wish nobody would catch any of these storms, you hate to see it, but between Southwest Louisiana from 2020 getting hit with Laura and Delta.
Oh my God.
And then Zeta that same year.
You talk about Delta and Zeta. I need to show you how I do long range forecast. Do you have any weather nerddom at all, or do you not care?
You know, I do, because that same sister I told you about, her name is Tiffany. She actually pretended to be a meteorologist all the time. So when Hurricane Charlie was here when we were kids, we made up a song. We said, "Hurricane Charlie's coming on Harley."
Oh, there it is. Well, it came right up I-4. It came right up I-4. That was my first hurricane in television.
Wow.
I was over at another station here in town. Sorry, Wesh.
It's all right.
They didn't allow me. They didn't allow me. I was too young, so here we are. But yeah, that was my first hurricane.
Yeah. Yes, Nancy, it is a welcome home for me.
Nancy's husband, Ron Kendrick.
Okay.
You may remember. You may be a little young. You're a little younger than I am. Ron Kendrick, Wesh celebrity superstar, Mr. Volusia County himself. So before there was Claire Metz, Volusia County. Well, I guess it would be about the same.
Yes.
I think Ron was before Claire, right? I think so. I think so. Nancy, help me out. Funny story though about Claire is she. If you don't know who Claire Metz is, she's also a goddess among women.
Legend.
There's like a shrine to Claire. She's a true living legend.
Yeah.
There's a shrine to Claire in the newsroom, right? You saw the picture. And then, are you too young to remember Claire and Mark anchoring the morning show?
Vaguely, but I remember it, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, there's a shrine of Claire and Mark as well. So yeah. Let's see here. Ryan says, I remember Ron. Oh, yeah.
Yep. I'm so old. Love hearing you all say when Charlie hit when we were kids. You're not old. That's wise.
I wasn't a
Wisdom.
kid. You
I was in high school.
You were in high school. I was already in college. Yeah. Ron says he was there before Claire. She was with the competition for what?
Yeah.
See, television, it all comes and goes.
I know. We have a cut-in.
Yeah, we have 5 minutes. Okay. All right. Anything else?
No. I'm so happy to be back. Please connect with me. Any stories you all have in the community. I'm a huge mental health awareness advocate. We can talk about that a whole nother day.
Yes, absolutely.
But follow me on Facebook. Yes, it's Christina Watkins, WDSU right now, and maybe you can share it on your page.
Absolutely, we will.
Twitter, Instagram, whatever, all the works.
And what we'll do in the future, too, is we'll set it up so that when you come on Coffee Talk, you can stream Coffee Talk live on your page as well.
that would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
Bye, y'all.
All right, go get ready for your cut-in. In the meantime, I'm going to talk about the 7-day forecast while we're getting close to it. That way she can get set up for her cut-in. Wow, it's her first weekend morning day, and she's already taken time to do Coffee Talk. I'm okay with you. Good people. Good people. All right. We do have a little bit of weather, so let's make sure that you know about it as you step out the door. Today we are headed into the upper range of the 70s. It is going to be absolutely beautiful. Jan says, I remember Claire anchoring the morning show. I do too. Listen, if there was anybody that was better on the anchor desk than Claire Metz, you know what? My dream team, present company excluded, but if my dream team, you put Claire Metz and Gail Pascal Brown on that anchor desk, and you've got yourself an all-star lineup. Period. End of story. There is no competition. Done. Present company excluded. Claire Metz and Gail Pascal Brown anchoring together. It's over.
What? Legendary. Iconic.
Gail was my first anchor here. And it's like, how do you walk into the GOAT? Period. If you've never seen either of them anchor, you've never watched news the way it should be done. That's just it. All right? All right, so weather looking great today, weather looking great tomorrow. We got 3 minutes. It's so nice. Get outside and enjoy. Then, of course, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we start to warm up little by little by little into the upper range of the 80s. We do get a couple of thunderstorms coming in on Thursday, Friday, but that's okay. We can do it. We can do it. Such is life. Just remember, summer's right around the corner. Hey, speaking of summer being right around the corner, real fast, April is right around the corner. And April is moving month when it comes to temperatures. Watch how the average high temperature at the beginning of April is 80. That's where we are now. But by the end of the month, the average high climbs to 85. This is moving month. The average first 90-degree temperature is April 19th. We've already done it, so don't worry. There's no big celebration of pomp and circumstance. We've already done that. We've already bought that. Nancy says, do you remember Claire and Ron anchoring together? I don't, but I beg you to show me video of that. I don't have any memories of Ron anchoring. But if Claire and Ron anchored together, that's something I need to see. All right, hey, there's more to see every day. All right, so we're going to have a great Saturday. We're going to have a great Sunday of weather. I hope you have a great day. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so very much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. Christina, it was great getting to know you. You're going to be a frequent guest on the weekends, as long as you'll have us. Okay, very good. Be good, guys and gals. I'll probably do a quick update this afternoon just because it's so nice. And I'll